first thing you'll notice when I walk through the door and make eye contact with Lucy is she'll put her muzzle on the ground. I've been working with her over the last couple weeks to cush. Cush is my way of getting her to be calm and submissive and to put her muzzle down on the ground. She won't get food until she submits, until she cushes. I watch her eyes, and then when her eyes are diverted to some extraneous sound, you can see I correct her with an sound. Here's another one coming up, watching her eyes, and I corrected her again. I'm getting in between her being distracted by extraneous sounds and making her look at me and pay attention to me instead. The theory is that dogs live in the moment, and whatever their eyes are looking at in the moment are the most important things to them. She was really reactive when I picked her up, and she was paying more attention to extraneous sounds, looking at them. I want her, instead of looking at the extraneous sounds, to be paying attention to me, even when she hears extraneous sounds. That's when I know that the training is being effective and it's working. Another correction, get her back to me, then a cush, and then corrections. And then I keep alternating that as necessary. Another correction, and then coming up and a little bit another cush. Cushing, I can tell her to cush, just as a reinforcement that she should be cushing when she's doing the thing that I want her to be doing. When I see her look away, I can reinforce by doing a correction. Here's another one. Since I don't know what's coming up, I just pay attention to what her behaviors are and I respond appropriately. Here's another. There's another one. Another one coming up toward the end, one more correction. And in a second I'll show you how she was when I first picked her up. Making eye contact with a balanced dog and making eye contact with an unbalanced dog, you'll get totally different results. If you make eye contact with an unbalanced dog, you're going to get aggression. Here's an example. Here's me making eye contact with Lucy when I picked her up. First growling, then the barking. Most people think that looking at a dog causes territoriality. I don't think it's that at all. I think what's happening is an unbalanced dog is so not used to being calm, to being triggered to be calm, that when they're experiencing the trigger to be calm, it scares them, and that's why they react with aggression.